Hello everyone and welcome to the next episode on the Xisuminati Modpack server. It is episode number 4 right now, and I thought we'd start this one over at spawn because there is tons of amazing stuff going on around here. I want to know, do you guys want to see perhaps some tour-like videos? Oh my god, we've got a dog. And a cat. Oh, I haven't even seen this yet. This is absolutely amazing. I will investigate this in full detail in a moment, but that looks incredible right there. I love the use of the carpenter's slopes. That makes it look so much more interesting. That is fantastic. I don't know who built that. Yeah, so you're interested in seeing some tours. I can see some fantastic buildings around here. I've just gone out of render distance. There was one over there that looked really cool. But here at spawn, we now have a cup of tea. Can you believe it? A cup of tea has been made at spawn. I really love the colours on the mug here. If we pop inside, you can see this is some dirty water right here. I was expecting it to make me have some negative effects, but apparently it doesn't do that. So either way, that's absolutely fantastic. I love how this place is coming along, and I wanted to show you the Nether hub over here, which looks especially fancy at the moment. By the way, I haven't live streamed between when we last recorded, and that would have been after I last live streamed, so no progress really to talk about. A little bit actually over at the base, but check out this place. Absolutely lovely looking, making use of the Z-tones blocks, which is what we started using a little bit the last time that we played on here. Anyway, we're going to go back over to the base because I do have something cool to show you. Thanks to one of the members on the server, I think it was Daniel Stewart, gave me tons and tons of oreberry bushes, which is very kind of him. And now our farm that we built over there is back to full capacity. I say back, it never was at full capacity, but now it is, which is really cool, and I love how this place is coming along. We do seem to have some sort of chunk loading issue here on the server. I don't know what it is. Whenever I go somewhere, I have to reload the chunks. If we go down below, you'll probably see it. Yep, inside my base. So let's reload that. And let's check on our iron and all these. I haven't even checked. Oh my god, 86, 82, 40, 55 and 74. I'm not sure if this stuff down here is chunk loaded, but that's definitely a higher number than when I logged out. And if we go over here, you can see the ore berries are full. If we use the elevator block that I added, they're full on every single level. So this thing is amazing, and it's running around the clock, which is really cool. So we've taken care of those 5 materials, and yeah, we're going to have basically an infinite supply of them. So the live stream went well. We made a lot of progress. I got some things to talk about. One of the things I wanted to start doing was compressing cobblestone, and we have a little system set up for this over here. And you can see cobblestone coming into the system occasionally there, and it gets compacted down, and then it goes empty. But as soon as more cobble comes in, then it will make up the little recipe tree right here. So this compresses it down to double, and then we go up to quadruple, and then we'll go up again, and we need like a 4th one. And what I was trying to do initially was just put this into a nice little area where it would look good, you know, aesthetics. And it turns out the way you need to set this thing up, it's going to be awkward the way we have to connect them to one another. So I'm probably going to dismantle this and put it somewhere else. But we want to compress cobblestone because when you get it to the top level, you can smelt the stuff and turn it into bedrockium ingots, which make you slow when you move. And you can use them to craft drums. Now, one of the projects we're going to be doing very soon is creating lots of essence so that we can make mob spawners for blaze farms and things like that. And so bedrockium drums would be really good. So I thought it would be a good idea to start on that. However, this just isn't good enough. I'm going to dismantle this and put it down below in a new room, which I'm going to show you in a moment. Before we do that, I do just want to show you how easy it is to work with this cache system right here. I've got a couple of the upgraded ones, the ones that can hold, is that 40,000? And these ones just hold 10,000. So in order to upgrade them, I can break these. They hold all of the inventory, which is a really good thing. Otherwise, it'd be a nightmare to swap them over. Then just put our new hardened cache here and our other one over on this side. Now, these have the same item filters in, so we don't need to do anything. They'll simply pick up items from the storage over here and then drop them in. And it should have done stone already, actually, because there's loads of it in here. Maybe it'll take it a moment to find the stuff. There you go. Look, the stone's going into the system now. But behind it, what we can do, and look, we can see what type it is as well, is just put the other cache here temporarily. And then the retrieval node's going to find it straight away because it's adjacent, and it's going to start moving the items out of there and into the cache in front. So I can just leave this like so, come back later, and all of those items would have been moved into the one in front of it. And of course, if ever it needs upgrading again, that's just the process that we repeat. So all of that's good. At the moment, by the way, we are pumping cobblestone into our storehouse, which this takes it from, and we're going to abandon that. I'll show you where the cobblestone comes from because we built a little generator. So this is our new room. playing around with a bit of a different visual style again. We unfortunately didn't finish the roof, and it's very plain. It's not the most interesting, or I don't know how to describe it. I don't think it's terribly impressive, but it's simple and it works, and I like playing around with something different in each room. So this will just extend as a corridor in that direction, and what we'll do is put lots of little machines like this in it. So this thing right here has a cobblestone generator over the back that fills up a crucible. This thing has some stuff underneath it called, can I remember the name of it? Promethean lava, I think it is, and it's like another fluid like lava, except it's even hotter. It can set everything on fire. Anyway, it turns the crucible up to 7 times speed, so that runs a little bit faster. We take the lava out of there, we dump it into the igneous extruder to make obsidian at the bottom, and we're making stone at the top, although the obsidian makes a lot slower than the stone does. And of course, you know, when we got the right amount of stone, I can just click obsidian here and we can swap over and start doing that as well, which is cool. That'll then output to the back here. And at the moment what we're doing is we're taking the excess cobblestone, so when this thing is full right here, it goes into our ender chest and up to the compacting thing. What I want to do is actually make another cobblestone generator over on this side and just have that compacting system somewhere here, and then we output the most compacted cobblestone into our storage system. So that's my idea at the moment for what we'll probably do in our next live stream, or if I get time to play before then, I might do that and record a little bit more. Then down in this room we've still got this project. All of this stuff needs to be overhauled. It needs to have a room built around it, and then we're going to mirror it over on this side. There's some batwing on top of this. We're going to mirror the room with a similar setup except for our essence berries, and then we'll have a big essence berry farm over here as well. Now if you have a look at my deaths, I died again because we fought some withers. I got another nether star, so we can make another one of these imaginary time blocks, and we'll have the 2 of them in this big room, you know, one doing the essence berries and one over there doing the ender pearls. So that's going to be power and essence sorted out, which is why why I want to do a blaze farm next, because we'll have loads of essence for it. So if we just head back up quickly and look at something, it is this setup over here. Yep, we're going to need to upgrade this. This is another room that needs its own, another project that needs its own room. We're going to be upgrading our little system here and make a much bigger way to make all the essence, because what this thing does is it uses the essence, it drops the XP on the ground, these things pick it up, and that's also why we need the bedrockium drums as well, so we can store lots and lots of essence in our ender tank. So that's kind of where we're at the moment and the projects that I'm working on. Okay, I only took a moment to do, and this setup is pretty simple. I was just thinking you could sort of compact it a little bit by putting this one above and then having it pull out and push below. You know, sort of diagonal kind of thing. I don't know if that makes sense. Either way, we've got a cobblestone generator over here, and I was thinking back to mod source. If I remember correctly, once you got a stack of these, you get 64 in there each time. Then when you put more world interaction upgrades in there, I can't remember if someone is giving me diamonds. I can't remember if you then get actually more than 64 here, even though it only appears, or you just have to fill the rest of speed upgrades. But this thing is like disappearing instantly, which is not how the one on the other side behaves, and I've not seen one do that before. Usually they just sit here like this, so that's a little bit strange. Either way, it's putting the cobblestone in, and now this thing is just going to run round the clock. We've got a filter on here to take out the double compressed, and then that's going to go quadruple compressed, and I've got to wait until this thing fills up to do the next one, and then I think this one will be the last one that we have. Then we could put a furnace on the end and automatically turn it into bedrockium as well, but that'll take a long time to do. You may think it's like easy to do with this quick cobblestone generator, but it does take its time. And we haven't even got one of those yet, so yeah, that's that little project done. So we're back after another live stream, a very productive one might I add, and first of all I got something extremely cool to show you. Blaze armor. Check this stuff out right here, absolutely amazing. This looks so cool. You're going to see a little bit of it right now. Yep, if we go into F5 and F1 it, absolutely awesome. How cool does that look? There is some seriously awesome things in these mod packs, and you just got to explore them and find everything, really. I was having a look at other types of armor, and some of them look interesting too, but this one, just absolutely hilarious. I wonder if anyone going through the Nether will ever be mistaken for a blaze. I bet someone will somewhere, just for a moment. And then you'll realise, oh wait a minute, that's not actually a blaze, that's another player. Anyway, let's get out of that chest, let's put this back on, and I'll show you what we did. So the plan was to work on the essence farm, and we did exactly that. So we've torn out the old one that we had right here, and we built something that can be expanded, and the room that we built around it Looks absolutely amazing. I love it. So let's pop down. I really do enjoy building in modded. And we've got to go over to the right here. You can see a little bit of the room right there. Let's walk into it. Let's hold down shift for a dramatic effect. Wow, look at that. Looks absolutely lovely, doesn't it? So these glowstone illuminators right here, if you put two of them in a crafting grid side by side, they turn into a panel, and you can chuck them on like that, which looks seriously cool. And then the roof is a little bit dark, but it kind of works. I like it. Plus, it's got a sort of third dimension to it, because we've got the tinted glass right here. So although it's flat, you can sort of see into it. And then we've got some red around the edge there as well, which makes it pop a little bit. So yeah, that's the aesthetics. We've also got the farm just below our feet, but let's turn around first. And this wasn't particularly popular in chat. I really like how this looks, but a lot of people weren't too keen on it, and I can understand exactly why. I feel like the balance of materials here isn't quite right, but it kind of makes me just feel like it plummets down, which is exactly what it does. Now, the bottom of this room hasn't really been finished because it could be expanded in the future. This is a bit of a placeholder block. But the idea is that you'd look down and see all the different levels of the farm. So let's pop up top and I'll explain how this works. So we got redstone to power the autonomous activators. And believe it or not, I've built an old school EFO hopper clock right here to power them every so often. So then they dispense the XP and the sludge. No, they're called sludge boilers. They're not sludge boilers. They're definitely not. They are sewers. Yes, the sewers collect that and turn it into essence. And it's pretty straightforward. We got the chest there with the essence berries in, and they get distributed with the transfer nodes into the autonomous activators. Then if we go down below, you'll see that all of these are connected via some retrieval nodes. One of them going into the tank, the other one is for the sludge going into, or the sewage even, into the trash can. So this thing is almost, well, it's about halfway filled up. This one right here is almost filled up. This is why we're working on getting bedrockium at the moment, so we can make the bedrockium drum, which will hold a ridiculous amount of this stuff. As of now, what we're going to do is just swap over some drums and fill them up. But with a bedrockium drum, we could have that here and then point it into our ender tank to move it somewhere else. So all of that's going to be pretty cool. And if we ever need to increase the amount of this that we're using, we can build another farm below it, which is pretty cool. So the essence right here is going to help us make a blaze farm, and we should actually head out somewhere else to talk about that. By the way, this room right here I think is one of our next projects after the blaze farm, and this thing I forgot to put the power on over here. You see, we hooked up the imaginary time block temporarily. We do have more nether stars to craft another one, and then I forgot to give this thing power, so it's now got that. And yeah, essence berries are going into there, but this whole room needs to be sorted out for both of those farms. If we go up top and head over in this direction, we can go and have a look at our mob spawner. What I want to do, I think, is make one of these that will work for any type of mob and kill any type of mob, if that makes sense. Then we could put different safari nets in and, you know, spawn exactly whatever we want, and that way if we need blaze rods we can get them. We're going to need redstone soon, so then we can get a witch and get lots of redstone and glowstone from that. So that's one of the future projects right there, I guess. And yeah, it should be pretty straightforward. We'll build another little room for that when we figure it out. And as for this place right here, I don't know if I'll get time between now and the next time I stream to do any work on here, but I want to start getting rid of some of these blocks. I think we've really kind of overdone it. This room could be a little bit smaller, and it looks ugly. It's causing frame rate issues, and a lot of people have been complaining about it. So I figured maybe we'll move that out of here for now. But otherwise, you know, we've got that one big project done, and in the next couple of streams things are really going to come together, and we're going to have tons more materials like blaze rods and forever needing those, and yeah, really going to step up to the next level. But that was it for this stream, and I really enjoyed it. As always, you can find them on the second channel if you want to. So I may have discovered a cool little bug right here. As you can see down in this area, I've been mining away these blocks. I've decided the border's going to go here. I want to tidy up all of this, and it takes so much time to do. And it reminded me that for the longest time I've been meaning to upgrade my tools to the next level. You can now see that this is an iron pickaxe, but if we have a look at its mining level, it's now cobalt, and that's because I just started to use this thing, mined a few blocks, and its XP level went up, so it gave me a perk, and it will probably do that again as the XP goes back up. Now, some of the other guys on the server have been discussing that they've done this and they've not seen the XP get reset, so it might be like a one-off bug. But basically what I've done is I've upgraded this to iron by creating a new tool piece. So, what are they discussing in chat there? Yes, it is late for me right now. Occasionally I do stay up late and I felt like doing a bit of mining. Anyway, let's go around here and I'll just show you how this is done so it makes a bit more sense. Basically, you put a tool head in like that, you come over here, you select gold, and then you want to dispense the gold in here and create the frame, and then you're going to use iron to make the cast for it, or no, sorry, that's the cast. And now what we want to do is switch to iron. We've got loads of this stuff stored in here, and then make the iron shovel piece. There we go. And we'll be testing to see if this happens on the shovel as well, though this thing's only ever gone up once. So at the moment we can see the skill XP right there, and the level is accustomed. So we'll go and upgrade this and see if this happens for this one as well. If we come over here and just type in iron, we'll get the shovel heads. This thing has to be fully repaired, which it is. You put it in here, give it a new shovel head piece, and it will go to the next one. So what do we have? 162, 40%. And it keeps the 40%, but the XP number goes up. And it stays accustomed. I don't know what happened there then. Maybe that was a one-off bug for this thing. Anyway, it took us up to Cobalt level, and I didn't know how to get that before, but that means we could go into the Nether and mine some Cobalt. Now, I'm not going to upgrade these tools to that level, because then we'd have to mine it to repair every time. But at the moment, it just occurred to me that we are now farming iron, so it's a good idea to upgrade all of our tools to iron, which I'll do for the cleaver and all the other things as well, including the hammer. They're all going to go a little bit faster and maybe even get some of the same bug. I don't know. I'm going to mess around with it now and find out if it works on the other tools. So the news is that this thing upgraded again. It took a while and it gave me a plus on the mining level. So it stayed at Cobalt, that's the maximum apparently. And I've tidied up the sky blocks on this side over here, so it's a little bit less in total. I'm really thinking that I'm going to end up tearing this out at some point. I am starting to hate it. It's laggy. It's really confusing. And yeah, let's talk about this up here, because as you can see, I've decided that I want to fill in these gaps in this room. Now, it feels like by having it open, it looks a little bit untidy. And you know what? Between the two, orange or yellow, I really don't have a preference. I think this one fits in a little bit more, and that might be the one that I go with. Or I might use a mix of both. Anyway, I think the guys really want me to open, well, Red Tech wants me to open this gift right here. So this side up, it says, be careful, don't open recklessly, and he's assured me it's not going to blow up, so let's open this right here. Looks like we've got a little chest, and inside of it is, ooh, some more fancy armor. Asuma's battle suit helmet. Now this is really cool, and that looks really awesome as well. So Red Tech's left me a little message here. I'll read that in a moment. I might use this stuff, I might not. I kind of want to learn to craft things myself. This looks enchanted, but I don't know if we can enchant it as well. What's the recipe for one of these is what I want to find out. Yeah, this is like, I could definitely craft this stuff, but I'm nowhere near the level of using this stuff yet. And I'd much rather find my own way to it. So I appreciate the gift, but I do want to learn to climb the tech tree. You know, I think that's important. An anvil is not what we're looking for. We're looking for this, and it doesn't hook up with those bookshelves. So apparently we can actually enchant these, which is really cool as well. So another live stream down, and it's been ages since I last recorded, and I can't really remember where we left off, but you know how it goes. I live stream every couple of days. These episodes are recorded over a week, and over here we have expanded this a little bit. I think what I'd like to do soon is actually just take the time to go through my storehouse and start moving more of these things into the compacting drawers, like these sort of ingots right here would definitely go in there. And also, we've added one for the ender pearls, because these can be crafted into ender pearl bricks. You have to make those, then you have to do these in a 4x4 into the ender pearl bricks. It's a shame it doesn't know all of them in one little thing like that. But then again, you know, maybe that's not the best way to do it. Anyway, as you can see, we've been transferring those into here, and this one has reached its capacity at 256, which is an interesting thing to learn, because these other ones are approaching that number, or at least some of them are. So we're going to have to do something about that and upgrade them. I think if you shift right click, there you go, it's got 5 upgrade slots. I'm pretty sure this is going to work the way that other storage drawers do. Let's have a look. Over here, storage drawers, yeah, we'll probably be able to put a bunch of those in. And yeah, it's pretty cool. I like how that works. So we stored those as blocks, that's awesome. And if we go down below, I can show you what we did in the live stream, because we made 2 new rooms. Oh yeah, and removed tons more of these inverted sky blocks. We just got a few of those in use now. And I'm going to fill up the rest with Z-tones around the outside as well, just because it's a very flat and neutral kind of grey. So down here we have a passive torch. This works like the, is it called Magnum torch? We can actually go and see that if we just hover up here. This thing right here stops mobs spawning in a big radius around it, and this one does the same for passive mobs because we had loads and loads of bats getting in our way while we were working on these two rooms. So I need to learn how to craft that because that was given to me, and I always like to do things off of my own tech, you know, learn everything, learn all the crafting recipes, learning the costs of things. Anyway, the concept with these two rooms right here was to have them mirrored, and what we might do is if we have farms of a similar size, just keep mirroring them all the way down this corridor because there's a window in the middle and we can kind of hook that up. So yeah, take a step back, look at that. I absolutely love how this room looks. I think it's really cool. It's pretty self-explanatory. We spent a little bit of time picking out a few materials to give this thing a theme, and when it came together it works out pretty good. There's one thing I'm not keen on, and that's this roof right here. I like the way that it lowers down. We've also got these flat lamps which are emitting light, so it lights up all of the room. But what I don't like is the middle bit here. I think what we need is some sort of like gap going upwards, and then there needs to be something cool at the top, but it's sort of a little bit hidden, and that way it could really add some depth to that part of the room. So that's the change that I want to make there. This is fairly straightforward. We have an imaginary time machine. We have a harvester. You've seen this setup before. You know, we're harvesting all of these berries over here, and at the moment our ender chest is full, so it's not doing anything with those. Now if we head round to the other side, this thing isn't quite finished yet. However, the room itself looks pretty cool, doesn't it? So what's going to change in this room is we need to finish adding in these ender cores down here. Now these have all been lowered by one because I wanted the harvester and the blocks either side of them to be level with the ground. But then that meant that all of this wasn't, and I couldn't make up my mind which way would look better, and I decided, hey, we'll just leave these down on the ground. So, down below we have our ender lilies in this deep storage unit right here. They're going to go through and into the planter, and then they're going to head further down to the generators which we need to build at the back, because they're also going to be a source of power as well. And then coming out of the top side, we have our ender pearls. They go across. This thing is powered by two ender generators. I just noticed this farm isn't actually running at the moment. That's really odd. Why is this not planting? It doesn't have any power. Brilliant. Okay, I'm going to give that thing power so it can start running again. That's a little bit silly. And yes, so what I'll probably do is attach it to this pipe right here, the transfer node down there, and then energy should run into the planter. Yeah, so that setup will be finished by the next episode, that's for sure. And then what we're going to do next time we stream is work on the power source over here. We're going to wire up our ender pearls and our ender lilies into these ender generators and create just a big array of them back here that are going to generate power and send it into the wireless transmitters, which we're using over here as well. So yeah, so that's all of that, and I guess that kind of wraps up this episode. Is there anything else I need to mention? We're still very slowly getting our way towards the bedrockium stuff, so what we'll probably do is expand these cobblestone generators soon and change that setup up a little bit. Yeah, that's going to be it for me this episode. If you have enjoyed it, please do leave a like on these videos, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time. Bye bye.